Well, I'll just. So great. I'm glad 7 December, 7 p.m. evening. I believe in the beginning there was some confusion if it's today or when it is. It was today, and thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. We will be engaging in this for the next 60 minutes. There will be certain activity, as I said, that everybody who joins in live will get a surprise from me. So, surprise hai, so it will be revealed later. But however, there are some forward movements we will be doing as well. And in the meanwhile, if in case you want to still share probably the link or invite them to the group before we begin, you can of your friends and family. So today we have all gathered here for 2026 prediction. And everybody who has been associated with me for some time, they know that I seriously started to do these predictions, I think in somewhere around 23 or a little before that. And when I started to seriously look at these predictions was last year in 2025. There were various predictions which I made on. Actually, it was released on 5th January, but we all know that the webinar was in December and a lot of them came true. For example, the fire in California, uh, and our focus on our body, etc. So many other things. I hope you all are connected with me on my Instagram handle. There are various now. Coach Neha Goyal is for all my coaching pursuits. DNA Astrology Neha Goyal is for everybody who is interested in astrology, not for prediction, but for karmic imprints. And then there is This Is Your Safe Space, which is all about and living your dream life, which is all about manifestations and more. At this note, I would also request, as far as possible, everybody to open their cameras so that I can say a big hi, hello to you all. It's always good to speak to. Hi, Shuchi. Glad to see you after so long. It's always good to meet people, to see their faces, to have an interaction, not with a wall, with a person. Hello, Harshalji. How are you? And and hi, Annie. Long time. Hope you've been well. Okay. Also, I hope I'm visible and audible. Huh? Just
Yes,
let me know.
you are.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you for confirming. All right. So 2025 has been an exciting year. It's still going on. And we are almost at the onset of another beautiful year, which is 2026. We all know 2025 has been a bit intense. It has had a lot of highs and lows, a lot of one second. Yeah. A lot of emotional up levels and low levels as well, as was predicted earlier. But that's exactly how life is. Life में कभी कुछ अच्छा नहीं होता हमेशा, कभी कुछ बुरा नहीं होता हमेशा. It's all a mixture. So I hope nobody is in the waiting room. No, everybody is here. All right. So 2026 is actually a very special year because it's a beginning of the next 9 year cycle. So a lot of you minus 2020 minus 9 years from 2026, which is about 1998, 97. There were certain cycles which began in those years, which may have concluded in these 9 years. And now we are about to onset on something absolutely new. 2026, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6, it adds up to a number 10, the compound number 10, which adds up to number 1, which means number 1 in numerology is the number of the Graha Sun. सूर्य देव का ये नंबर है. The year that we have just gone by, just gone through, which is 2025, was a year of Mars. So Mars is also a fiery planet, and Surya Dev sun is literally the source of that fire. It's literally the source of energy, vitality. Therefore, in the coming year, you will see that there will be a lot of, where earlier it was about conflicts, which is what Mars brings in. In this year, 2026, the central theme will be that now that I have, hopefully handled those conflicts. Now, after this, the new space which has been provided to me, how do I take a stand for myself in this period? And who am I? Who am I when I'm not bogged down by these conflicts, when I'm not bogged down by these things, which so far I thought I am, but in these 9 years of cycle, I realized I am not. Now that I am not, who do I become? So, who am I? And grounding yourself in your identity in 2026 becomes the topmost theme. We all know that see, Surya sun is a huge, I mean, in fact, it's the hugest. We are literally known as the solar system, which means we actually revolve around the sun. We cannot ignore it, which is why you would notice that the effects of the 2026 energy have already started to show. So what is the latest thing which is in news? It is the Indigo Airlines. What is the incident of Indigo Airlines showing to us? And this is what will show to us in the coming year as well. The theme of what happens in areas where there is a huge monopoly, and that too not from the sense of leadership, not from the sense of Surya Dev's ability to ground it, but from the sense of basically foundational, where there is no foundational grounding, the entire system crashes. And which is exactly what happened, which is what the incident which happened for the Indigo Airlines also shows to us. As a trauma informed coach, Surya Dev Sun is about a system. So what are the system that we are surrounding ourselves on? In fact, just today morning, I was having a session in which we figured out that the person whom I was dealing with had a fundamental issue with the structure, idea of structure, idea of authority. So which is why in going forward in 2026, while Surya Dev and Sun comes to focus, the theme which comes to focus in terms of identity is two-way. It's a spectrum depending upon how is your relationship with Sun. One spectrum is where we are moving forward and trying to find out that who am I. The other spectrum of it is also ego-based. Right. So ego based would be that, let's say I don't have a good relationship with the structure, with the sense of authority, whether it be outside, whether it be inner authority. Outside, you will get to know by conflicting, by having even more heightened issues with authority figures such as bosses, etc. And inside, you will get to know when your own identity, you would not know how do you, like when people will tell you who you are, which you are not. Right. So those kind of things will happen in the beginning, in the first 3 months. And why is that? Because Jupiter, we begin the year with a position of Jupiter, which is not so great. So Jupiter is all about our policies. It's all about our inner belief systems. And even though later in the year, it goes into Cancer where it is exalted, it's in a good position. But in the beginning of the year, before we find that later stability, in the beginning we will face that conflict, we will face a sense of directionlessness. There could be also a possibility where a theme may come up where you would feel, I have worked on it, why is this coming again and again? And the reason why it is coming to you again, especially in the first few months, is because you need to implement what you have learned so that you can become even stronger, even more rooted in who you have learned, who you are, who I am. So one of the things which you can make a note of, like literally take a paper and make a note of from now onwards and for the next 3 months, is that when an X situation happens, how do I react? When a Y situation happens, what do I feel? When a Z situation happens, who is the first person I go to? When I look at myself in the mirror, what happens to me? Do I feel confident? Do I feel lack of confidence? So dedicate the first few months of your years in knowing yourself. There's a difference here, and I would emphasize that, between knowing yourself and judging yourself. The difference is that when we are knowing ourselves, we're curious about ourselves. Who am I? Who is Neha when she meets groups? Who is Neha when she interacts with men, when she interacts with females, when she's interacting with her client, when she's not interacting, she's on her own. Can she sit with her emotions? So this is curiosity. Judgment of self would be, oh, damn, Neha is a coach and still she cannot sit with silence. Oh, damn, Neha cannot handle her emotions. How is it that Neha has done so much work on herself, but when sadness strikes, she doesn't know what to do? How is it that when she faces problem with the authority, she cannot handle herself? That is judgment of self. So start creating a ecosystem, a structure around you. It's okay if you, I mean, it's not okay, but I totally understand a lot of us have not got that structure gifted to us. We may not have a safe space which was created for us by people around us who were supposed to, which is in the ancestry or through our parents, through even the authority figures now we face in office environments. It is time now that we start creating that structure around us, but by making ourselves our own safe space, by looking at ourselves as the sun of our solar system, that my life revolves around me. And therefore, it is very important for me to know exactly who I am and not judge me. Is that clear to you? Is the difference between these two things clear to you? That when to stand in yourself from the sense of a balanced ego, which is in out of curiosity of yourself, and when to stand in search of your ego from the point of view of, oh, I thought I was this, how dare I not be that, right? So judgment ko apne puri story se nikal do and come back to knowing to yourself as a curious, especially in the first 3 months before we see a certain sense of stability in it, probably by April, May, June, around that time. Okay. And so coming back to, I will be referring to my notes because I don't want to miss out on any point, which is why sometimes I will look down. Okay. Now coming back to sun, as I mentioned in the beginning, that sun is literally the gravitational pull of the entire ecosystem, the reason why we exist, right? When it comes to existences such as you and I, the sun is the government. Okay. Now, there are certain structures in government, there are certain structures in big organizations, which by now may have become redundant, which by now may have been given too many chances, but they somehow haven't been able to perform, right? Those are the structures which in the coming period in this year will be questioned. And there will be a rise. We saw in the last year, there was a rise of Gen Z in other countries, such as Bangladesh, such as Nepal. We will also see that when it comes to other global, other countries in the world, there will be a rise in the voice of Gen Z as well, primarily coming from the point of view where the old structures have now gone redundant and they do not consider the forward movement of the generation to come, the forward movement, the safety as such is when it is kept to question, when it is not considered, that is when the Gen Z will rise, whether on social media, whether at a level where we saw in Nepal and Bangladesh, and it will not be something which one can ignore now. It will definitely be heard. And when I say Gen Z, another thing which you can notice specifically from a professional point of view, that parenting coach, right? Or coaches who are who are targeting Gen Z, people who are looking towards almost restructuring their skill set in order to meet the movement ahead will also be rewarded. If you haven't been able to meet that need of the forward movement, where maybe there is something that you began years back, maybe 9 or 10 years back, but in today's day and age, with the AI specifically coming in, it has become redundant, then it may be a good time for you to relook at it and to upgrade yourself in a manner wherein you can match the tonality of the coming years as the cycle has changed. In tarot card 2026, compounding to the number 10 is also the number of the Wheel of Fortune, the card of Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune literally means that the cycle is moving ahead, that the wheel is moving ahead. If a lot of you have been feeling stuckness in some area of life, maybe maybe you need to make a decision, but you haven't been able to make a decision, thinking that some divine intervention will come, the person will change, the job will change, the boss will change, etc. So it's not going to happen, right? With the Wheel of Fortune says that you will have to move ahead. आपको आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा. Otherwise वो जो stuck है, वो जो wheel का spoke है, वो वहां पे stuck ही रहेगा. And that is where these are the situations in which in 2026 people, countries, generations may suffer depending upon at what level it is happening. Because literally, if you look at the sun, 2026 being the year of sun, the sun is up there in the, in space. How we get to know about its effect is through when we see it and also through its rays. Now, rays have movement, right? Rays are the ones through which we experience sun. Otherwise, it's a ball of gas. So rays mean that there is a movement in order to, in a way, and the rays movements are in such a way that they acknowledge the routine because of which the routine because of which they have been able to reach you, that they will come up at a particular time, they will go out at a particular time. It's not as if Neha Goyal wants some more sun, some more light, it will shine 1 extra hour for Neha Goyal. That's not how sun operates. It operates in a scheduled environment, knowing who wants what. So therefore, this is also a time to balance your give and take. Of everybody who read the article that I had written on 2026 prediction, there was a story about Hanumanji, that Hanumanji wanted to learn from Suryadev. Suryadev said that, hello, I mean, I would love to teach you. However, I have a huge responsibility on my hands, that I have to come up for earth at a particular time and go down at a particular time. If I don't do that, Srishti, the world as we know, will destroy. So I cannot, just for you, I cannot do that. Then what Hanumanji says is, fine, you do your job, I will follow you. You come out at whatever time you want to, you go out at whatever time you want to. I will follow you, I will observe you, and I will learn from you. So this is what it means when I say that when it comes to leadership scenarios, there are certain harsh decisions that may be made for the collective at a global level at this particular time, with the results of which you may not see today. But if you are like Hanumanji, ready to observe, have the patience, follow through, go with grit, towards the end of 2026 or towards the beginning of 27, 28, you will be able to see its results. And you can extrapolate that into your personal life also. There are certain harsh decisions, or what may look like you're making a harsh decision for your own identity. You may feel I'm being selfish, but that's a decision that you have to take for your forward movement. Otherwise, the world, as you know, will collapse. I mean, it's anyways collapsing, not that it is, being held. So you may feel, or others may feel, that you are making that harsh decision. But however, may sun God bless you. May you have a balanced relationship with sun, because अब वो पानी इधर से इधर आ चुका है. You will make those decisions and you will move ahead in life, hopefully, if you make those decisions at the right time. Okay, so that is there. Okay, now there will be a lot of dissolution of old identities. Now, another story that I shared was that of Ramji having to go to the forest. And even though he was just about to be coronated as the king, and just a day before he was asked to go to the forest, it was such a shift in identity within a day. So what he did was, he did not sit and blame others. He did not sit and blame Kaikeyi, or he did not sit and blame the father. In fact, he took the task in hand and he went to the forest. He went for the Vanvas. Now, whatever happened over there, we all live to tell the story. We all know Ramayan. However, one thing which highlights there from the point of view of what we need to learn about 2026 is that there could be such sudden shifts in identity which may not give us enough time, which will give us a huge opportunity to adult up, to become the leader of our life. Ramji, wherever he was, whether he was in Ayodhya, whether he was in the forest, he was not a king because he was in Ayodhya. He was a king wherever he went. Okay, so there could be a possibility that while there are structural changes on the go, there may be some structural changes in your family, there may be structural changes in your office environment, and they may be sudden, just as it happened with Ramji, within a day, within a night. And you may have to, instead of sitting and crying about it, or let me put it in a better way, instead of sitting and believing that life is against me, that karma is against me, this will be an opportunity given to you to become the leader of your life, to adult up and make a valuable decision that you are not, your sustenance is not dependent on the corporation. Your sustenance is dependent on what you do next with this decision as an adult. Okay, so this is something which will help you going forward. This is going to be a year where you are going to so becoming a leader of your own life, taking your own initiatives, cannot happen till the time we become adults. Okay, let me also compare it to another phase of your life. You know how it is that when we get out of the school, when we are entering the school from a toddler, from a pre-nursery, there is a little adulting happening. Then from school, When we go to college, a little more adulting is happening. Then from college, when we join our professional life, a lot more adulting is happening. And then when after becoming a professional, when we get married, a lot more adulting is happening. And then finally, when we become a parent, a huge amount of adulting is happening. This is exactly how this year is going to feel like. It's going to feel like a year of adulting, a year because college life is over, school life is over. Probably the office you're no more an intern in an organization. Your promotion may happen in this year. You are no more a junior in an organization, and suddenly life has given you an opportunity to move ahead in life, to take more responsibilities in life. You are ready to take those responsibility. I know a lot of you are looking forward to that promotion, but always remember that that promotion and that leveling up will also bring with itself certain responsibilities. So in case you haven't already, start learning the skill set to match those responsibilities, right? Um, this is one area of gap in corporates that I see these days, that suddenly a person goes from a lower management to a middle management, or middle management to a upper management. However, there is no training set available to that person, but responsibilities are given. So again, it may happen, the corporate may still not give you that training, but you be prepared to take that training. You are ready for those responsibilities. It's okay for you to take it up. It is probably, if the corporate is not taking the responsibility for making you learn those skill sets, then you take it upon yourself and you learn those skill sets. Don't think that I'm not a leader, that I wanted this but I'm not able to adjust in it. Think that leadership is a skill which can be learned, and I'm ready to learn that. I'm ready to meet a professional. I'm ready to work under somebody who can help me with learning those leadership skills, whatever are the blocks, what in terms of my confidence, in terms of my making decisions, in terms of me handling a management, handling a team. I will do that. I will learn it. Okay, so be rooted in that confidence for yourself. Okay, so there will be a definite dissolution of old identities at a personal level. We will see at a global level also. There will be certain territories which may be redefined as well. There will be certain people whose reality we will get to know, and specifically the people who are at a big level, like they're at a leadership level. So far, we may have a particular image of them, but however, with the dissolution of identities, we would also get to know, whether it be for good, whether it be for bad, ki, Are, ye to ye hai. This is what the truth of the person is. We have to accept it so that we can make future decisions for our own life, right? Now in this year, we would also see that there will be more conversations around safety, right? Safety of ourselves, safety of our nervous system, safety of our family as well. Okay, so it is okay. Learn to invest in your safety, which could be relooking at your house's safety. It could be relooking at your nervous system safety. It could also be relooking at your long-term safety from the point of view of migrating to a different country or a city. It's okay to do that. If there is a huge issue that you are facing in the current place or in the current corporation, it's okay if you get an opportunity and it makes you feel safe, emotionally safe, to go to a different place. It's okay to do that as long as it serves your identity. Right? And there will, in general, be a gentle, not a pushy, but a gentle collapse of the structures that we have seen around us. That, going back to the same example as what happened in Indigo, which had been in monopoly for such a long time. It's actually a monopoly, airline here in India, but we can see that how structurally it just came down with one glitch which happened in Pune, and then it was a dominoes effect, and how it affected entire scene. I mean, specifically at this point in time, towards a year end, when people where traveling is at peak. So it happened even at this time. Look at that as a lesson for yourself also. Where is it that you have put all your eggs in the same basket? You have created a full strength of hope around one person, one corporation, probably one skill set. It's also time for you to now diversify, to see that if need be, can I do another thing also? Can I be a part of this other situation also? Probably it could also be a set of friends group, that maybe you have over relied on a particular person, on a particular friend circle. Maybe they shift and you suddenly don't know what to do about it, how to take care of it. You become lonely. So it's also okay, just as the sun does, that it does not limit itself to one person. It does not super shines on a particular person, and it is open to every opportunity. It's open to everybody. It equally gives enough time to everywhere. In fact, it is such that at a particular, it knows how to conserve its energy. At some point it rises here, at some point it rises there. So be the sun and don't limit yourself. Be open to exploring other opportunities in all aspects of your life as well, be it personal, be it emotional, be it friendship, be it finances. Probably the portfolio of your finances also, probably look at it, is it diversified, or you have super hyper focused it on a particular area of industries. So have a look at that too. Okay, you would also see that there will be a boom in emotional technology. Now, what does that mean? Technological equipments which are geared towards emotional well-being of a person. Something like there could be an upgrade in what is that thing called, the iWatch, where you can where there will now be more strategies on how does it emotionally make you feel, that when you last spoke to this person, this is how much your heartbeat rose. Do you want to meet this person again? Something of that sort, where these equipments will become, or there will be new equipments which will come out, which will hyper focus on emotional safety, emotional well-being of you. And those are the kind of new launches that you would see going forward. In fact, those are the kind of Bollywood movies also that you would see, the cinema industry, maybe you would see that there would be content around emotions. There would be content around therapy, about around trauma informed work. There will be content around intergenerational work, like every aspect will be connected to, oh, but this was the history of the person and stuff like that. So you would see much more deeper aspect of scripts in cinema also, because emotions and emotional understanding will be at a rise, such that now once we understand it, a clear structure can be created around it. Okay. uh okay, it's also a time, see, sun is the graha of lineage, literally, right? So when it comes to our family, it looks towards our father wound. Will be People may become hypersensitive about father wound. In the past, it has been more about emotions, more about mother wounds, but this time it will be about identity. It will be about outside structure. There will be new beginnings, new co-founders. There will be an entire job industry which will look more towards skill set development rather than the ones which have already been the big institutes, etc. um, yeah, the big institutes, etc. This will now start focusing on moving towards, acha ye qualification to hai aapki, but what do you personally bring to the table? That kind of thing would also happen. So anyways, like, coming back to the father wound situation, it will become more prominent, because now people want to do something with their newly created identity, and they don't know what to do. Where so far in these past 9 years, people have spent resources on understanding their emotions, on understanding their mother wound, their wound around why do I behave this way emotionally. Going forward, and especially in this year, that information, that curiosity on self may change around authority, around what can I create now with this, what I have, now that I'm emotionally in more understanding of myself, what can I create out of this now in the outside world. So the focus will become in the outside world and the inner world. That's where the father wound or the father relationship comes into picture, because it's the relationship with the father which looks towards the outside, which looks towards, when it comes to territory, that this is my territory, I'm marking my territory, that kind of a situation. तो अंदर से अब हम बाहर निकलना शुरू हो जाएंगे हम, and we will want to, or life will push us towards that, because probably the structure as we know it had been crumbling. If there is any situation or place where you have still been, where one has still been staying in their comfort zone, that this keeps me emotionally safe, in this year that will be questioned. You will be nudged to go towards your exploration of the outside world, that who are you when you present yourself to on a stage, on a pedestal, in a promotional role, in a leadership role, or when you create something of your own. Who are you at that time? Those are the kind of questions that this year you will ask yourself. Okay. Right. So I want to also here share a story with you, and which is something which you can take as a base story for 2026. So it's written in a lot of Puranas that there was a time where Vishnu ji and Brahma ji started to argue with each other that who is more superior, who came first. Vishnu ji said that I came first, I'm more superior, and Brahma ji said, no, it's me. I'm the creator of the world, so I came first and I am more superior. While they were arguing, obviously the entire Srishti was at a standstill, so something had to be done. So while they were arguing, suddenly comes this really sharp pillar of light. This was so strong that it was almost, the light was blinding. All right. And basically, it was Shiva's light. So Shiva said that whoever will find the top and the bottom of this pillar of light will be the one who will win in this argument. So Vishnuji says that obviously it's easy peasy for me. So does Brahmaji. So Vishnuji takes the Rupa Varaha avatar, the boar, and goes towards the downside of the pillar. And Brahma goes towards the upside of the pillar. Now, this keeps happening and happening. Neither Vishnuji nor Brahma is finding the top or the bottom of this pillar of light. Finally, Vishnuji gives up and says, Maine haar maan li, I don't know. I couldn't find the bottom most of this pillar of light. Brahmaji, however, being, he tries to play around and he says that, see, this is, so there is a pine cone, right? So he says this pine cone has seen that I have found the topmost of the pillar of light, which obviously is a lie. Now, this lie actually angers Shiva, and Shiva, in that anger, annihilates one of the heads of Brahmaji. That's how the story goes. The sar of the story is that the pillar of light or the primordial is actually Shivji. Now, what that tells us is that there are certain times when in this period, while we are looking for our identity, specifically in the outside world, there may be certain distractions. So Vishnuji is all about maintaining. So we may want to maintain something in life as it had been status quo, and we may feel that is us. This is me. This is my identity, which it is not, obviously, because this is the time for reinvention and a person keeps changing. Or Brahmaji, which is that when we identify ourselves with what we have created, that what I have created is me. I have done this so far. Maine itna kiya hai. This Instagram handle, now it has so many lakhs of followers. I have created it. This is me. So I have to put up with an identity. Now, obviously, Shivji will come and it will annihilate your ego, which means that probably there could be a hack of this Instagram account now, which basically means that whatever identity you are superimposing on yourself, that will come to forefront to question. And please make a note of this: cyber security and themes around cyber security will rise. So in case you haven't already taken two-step authentication of various things that are there that you have on digital, which is now Digital India. I mean, we are on Digital India. Ensure that you have those two-step verifications in place. In case this is the time when you can relook at your laptop malware. You can have two-step verifications on your email ID, your bank account. Ensure that anything that you have digital is double, triple secured, because cyber security is a big theme here. Also, when it comes to certain industries, which you can which will be which you can focus on in the coming months, is first is the health industry, because sun is literally about health. It's about pharmacy. It's about where earlier the focus was on the health of body. This year it is going to be about immunity. The questions about immunity may arise. That's something which may come to the forefront. About eyes, about headaches, migraines, situations like those. Heat in the body. This is also a year where summers may be very hot, right? As it was in the last year also, because last year was also of a fiery planet. This year is also of a fiery planet. When it comes to agriculture, That's going to be an industry to look forward to. Farming industry will also come into focus because sun is literally about farming and about wheat and things which sustain us, those kind of things. Solar power will be at a focus in so that. And let me see what else had I written. Yeah. And as I've already told you, emotional, tech related to emotions would also be something which will be at a focus. Anything to do with DNA, there could be certain new discoveries in terms of DNA in this year. Because again, sun is about the basic DNA of life. We are literally a solar system. Everything is revolving around the solar system. Okay. So these are the top predictions that I wanted to make for 2026. Yes, this is a year of forward movement, of leadership, of coming back to your identity by focusing first in the first few months of what exactly it means to have an identity, to adult up, to not be your parents' child anymore, which doesn't mean that you tether, cords with them. It just means that a lot of us are stepping into the next phase of adulting in life, in careers, and in emotions. In a nutshell, basically, that is happening. For that to happen, the structure around us. So far, the focus was on the emotions, but this year, the structure around us will reveal to us: is it strong? Is it not strong? If it is strong, great. It's a good opportunity for us to build upon it and make something new, something beautiful. And if it is not so strong, what do we do about it? How do we let go of it from the point of view of honoring it and putting it behind us, and therefore giving us an opportunity to adult up? Whatever that was, it did not work out for me, but it was great while it was there. Now I move ahead and make something beautiful out of my life. What we will do now is that we will say 3 healing statements. You all, everybody who's worked with me as a trauma informed coach, you know that we have seen in our work that healing statements, saying the right things at the right time, they have a huge effect on us, and not just on us, on various timelines of us, be it of past, be it of present, be it of future. So we will say 3 healing statements. Those will be the remedy that I will give to you, my unique remedies to you. That was a surprise for you. And I will also pick up the tarot card for everybody who is over here. The tarot reading is going to be valid for those who have joined live. Okay. Now, before I go to the healing statement, I also wanted to make you aware of the 2 offers that I have for everybody who is joined in now. And this is these 2, both of them are offers which will not be there. They will change. The prices will change in 2026. So the first offer is that of DNA astrology reading, which basically is a way of looking at an astrological chart, not from the point of view of prediction, which means that we are not telling you that your fate is written on stone and you cannot do anything about it. But DNA astrology, as the name suggests, and as is the year, which is 2026, it's all about DNA, is about mapping your karmic imprints. What are the shifts through various remedies that we can make in our life? Show that what are those belief systems which are holding us back, and not just us, in fact it has held our lineages back. What is it that we can do about it through astrological remedies, through behavioral remedies? And it will help us identify our weaknesses and our strengths also. Now this DNA astrology is available at 5,999. It will be including remedies and also 9 guided meditations of each planet balance. So these are 9 MP3s, which I have created with my wisdom of what I know of DNA astrology and as a trauma informed coach. Going forward, if you practice each of these every day, whether you, have a problem with this or not have a problem with a particular planet, so you can gift it to your family also. And if they practice these MP3s every day, it will help them. They have been created by me. So this is the offer 1. Offer 2 is the personal numerology blueprint reading, which is that through your date of birth and name, we will make an entire chart where we will decode your numerological blueprint, your storylines, that which keeps you health, that which will help you moving forward. What are the opportunities, the strengths and weaknesses which you have going forward in the coming 12 to 18 months? What's your personal year? How to make the most of it? There will be a soul blueprint summary also. You could ask question answers also. Plus, with this, you also get 2 big things. One is For every number 1 to 9, I have created a guided meditation. So that will help you balance your entire blueprint for this entire year and your life forward. And then you will also get a 5-year personal numerology report. So it's a huge 60-page report, which you will get as a bonus. Whichever you plan to take, whether it be DNA astrology or the numerology blueprint, both are individually at 5,999 rupees. So what I will do is I will send the link of both of these in the group. Okay. And I will try and put it in the chat also so that you can use it. So I have, okay, put it in the chat and I will put it in the group as well. And by the way, these offers, which means with the bonuses, they are available only till the webinar lasts. After which they go back to being vanilla, only numerology blueprint, no bonuses, and only DNA astrology, no bonus. Okay. Drafts. Oh. Okay, so I put it in the chat section. Hi, Richa. Good to see you too. All right. So when it comes to the DNA astrology reading, the bonuses are that you get 9 planetary meditations, which have been made by me as a combination of the planetary karma through DNA astrology plus trauma-informed coaching. This will help not just you, but your entire lineage and all you in all timelines. Plus, you will also get the one-on-one session with me on DNA astrology, which is about 60 to 70 minutes. And the second offer is numerology reading, numerology blueprint reading, plus all the bonuses, in which you get all the numerological 9 MP3s, 1 to 9, plus 5 years report, personal report, numerology blueprint report, plus the one-on-one session on the numerology blueprint decoding with me. So these are the two which are available. Also in 2026, from probably the first or the second, the prices will change. The prices for DNA astrology and numerology both will change. So this with the bonuses will be the last time before the webinar ends that the offer will be available. Okay. At this point, I will have a little bit of water. I advise you guys have also been listening to me for almost 46 minutes. Have some water and we will continue with the healing statements. All righty. Okay, so what are healing statements? So healing statements are, okay, first before that, I will have to explain to you a little bit what is karma. Karma are the emotional charges which we have postponed from our previous timeline to probably a different timeline, because at that time we did not know how to deal with that particular emotional charge. That is what shows up to in a DNA astrological or a numerology blueprint blueprint. That is what shows up as a karmic entanglement. What negative karmic entanglements do is that they make us feel stuck in life. These are the narratives which in future when the future generation says that there's some black magic which happened with me, or I feel there is something which is holding me back. No matter how much effort I do, the results are not coming. These are the pending emotional charges which were not looked at that particular time. The potency of those have become very high, and which is why one feels highly stuck in the future. So that's what karmic entanglements and the narratives around them do. Healing statements are certain words that we say, because remember, words are spells, words have energy, words have frequency. So there are certain set of words that we say with intention, coming back to our body, settling in our body, which and with a particular amount of breath work, which helps us release those emotional charges. Now, remember, while we are doing, or if you're listening to me through a different medium, while we are doing it for the collective, we still haven't done this, the personal exploration of your story. Okay. So, but if you do know of a story, if you do know of an incident which has happened to you personally that you haven't been able to release for a really long time, you can visualize that incident. And as we do these healing statements, 3 healing statements, you can repeat after me, visualizing that particular incident. Okay. So the first healing statement that we are going to say is towards towards those 2 people, which the entire internet, which the entire Instagram has made us feel that they are the main villains of our life. Who are these 2 people? Who will write in the comment section? What has Instagram, what has the new age spiritual world made us believe that who are these 2 villains in our life? You can type in the comment section. Who are these 2 villains in our life? What does everybody says? Where are the problems coming from? Kismat, Gunjan says Kismat, okay. Parents, childhood trauma.
Parents.
Yes, that's what the entire internet has made us believe, that our parents are the 2 main villains of our life. Inner child is that, okay. The concern here is that parents were also or are also human beings. They were also young at one point in time. They were also learning at one point in time. They were also children of somebody at one point in time. And that's how, and those who they were children of were also children of somebody at one point in time. So at any given point, just as today to you and me, the belief systems which are affecting, the information which is affecting, is not just our parents, it's not just our family and friends, but also what is happening around us, what we see. Similarly to them too, it was not just, it was also what was happening around them which was affecting them, and they did try to do the best that they could. Yes, for a lot of us, for many of us, the effort was not enough because the information was not enough. And yes, there has been abuse as well, and I'm so sorry to know, and my heart goes out to you if you have been a victim, or if you have been in a scenario where there has been abuse. However, the fact is that we came from them. We are because they were. Our existence, the gift of life, is because they brought us to life, as much as they may be good or bad. So today, and because we are doing a remedy for sun, what we will do is that we will take our right hand, put it on our heart. Take your right hand, put it on your heart, and balance yourself on your right hand. Just move a little ahead and rub your right hand as if you are caressing your heart. And breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And say it out loud. Everything my parents could not heal, I release with compassion. Everything my parents could not release, I release with compassion. One more deep breath. Everything my parents could not heal, I release with compassion. As you continue to rub your hands, I want you to remember this is not about forgiving them. And this is not about understanding them. And this is not about seeing their side of the story. This is about humanizing them. This is about letting ourselves, our nervous system know that they're humans. They could have done certain things, which meant that it wasn't healing to them or to you. And today you acknowledge that. Today you accept it. Accepting this does not mean you are accepting the act. Acceptance here means that you're finally facing this reality. Because what does 2026 want us to do? It wants us to adult up. Therefore, we have to take care of this child who is still stuck with that parental narrative. उन्होंने मेरे साथ गलत किया. They did wrong to me. And with this understanding, one last time, take one deep breath and say, everything my parents could not heal, I release with compassion. Move ahead. Take your life as an adult. Sit with this. If you feel any emotion is coming up, that's okay. Let it come. Maybe you yawn, maybe you burp. All of this is a release. If anybody can share their experience of this in the comments, that will be great before we move to the next. We need this little bit of break before we move ahead. Anybody who wants to share? Anybody who wants to say something? Maybe somebody felt something? Yes, Vidhuji.
Namaste aapko.
Namaste, Vidhuji.
So I'm feeling so happy that you brought out this thing regarding the parents. I'm sorry for my throat. That, we all keep thinking, in fact, at least I kept thinking, I'm not sure about the others, that I am like this because my parents didn't give me this. I am like this because, this spiral, कितना भी मैं सोचती हूँ, I have forgiven, I have moved ahead, but फिर कुछ ना कुछ आ जाता है और फिर ऐसे लगता है, हाँ, ऐसा उतना उतना गुस्सा नहीं रहा है जितना आज से 10 साल पहले था, बट डेफिनेटली कुछ ना कुछ आ जाता है, मुझे लगता है ओह उन्होंने ये नहीं किया, और फिर मुझे खुद एज अ मदर गिल्ट होने लगता है कि मैंने ही पता नहीं क्या क्या किया है, आई हैव ऑल्सो नॉट बीन अ गुड मदर टू माई चिल्ड्रन बिकॉज आई हैव बीन एंग्री, आई हैव डन दिस, आई होप आई हैव नॉट मेस्ड देम अप. So I'm feeling so happy that you brought out this thing that, everybody, like, we know at a certain level ki parents are also, they were children, they were also growing up like I was growing up when I was a mother. I had no clue, and slowly I learned things, and over the years now, what I think, what I know, I didn't know it 10 years back or 20 years back when my children were young. So similarly with the parents, same empathy, but it is so difficult to give. So when it comes as, to release, yes, we are not forgiving, we are not, but we're just moving past it. So we are trying to heal what is unhealed and we are moving past it. So I'm feeling so happy about that thing.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing this. I'm so glad that we could do this with you before 2026, which is all about this. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So Shuchi also says that it was a relief. Yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah. So I also, like you said 2026 is 10 or number 1 and 2025 is 9. So I'm this year has been, in fact, since the time, I don't know, maybe it's true or not, since the time COVID has come, I'm a
Hmm.
teacher by profession. I've just been releasing, मतलब वहाँ तो ठीक है, लोगों को कई बार अगर मैं ऐसे बोलती हूँ तो लोगों को थोड़ा अजीब भी लगता है क्योंकि मैं साइंटिफिक फील्ड से हूँ, but I've
Hmm.
just been releasing ancestral, generational, emotional. So I really resonate with what you said, that अभी तक हम अंदर झांक रहे थे. This was the mother wounds which we were healing. And definitely now new cycle is starting from the next year. So we will be moving out and, looking at our father wounds and trying to heal them.
Yeah, beautiful. Thanks. I want to just emphasize one more thing here, to extrapolate on this point, that it was almost like in the last few years, like let's say from 20, Ketu ka tha na, 20, to 2020, when was the number 7? So, 4, 5 years back, say. So, since 4, 5 years back, the tail end of this particular situation of the mother wound had started, the tail end. And last year was the pinnacle of it, or was the most pointed part of it. It's almost as if going from a portal, and there was this entire spiral, and then from the spiral we will go to another portal, right? Another thing. That's what 2026 is going to feel like. It's going to feel like a new birth. And when there is a new birth, we are behaving like new children also. So that will come up with another set of situations. However, it is definitely going to be more outwards. So thank you for pointing that out. Okay. Yes, 2023, but yeah, thanks. Very calming, like a weight lifted off. I have been working on inner self a long time now. Seeing this belt, I finally am at peace with how things were. Thank you, Krishna, for sharing, and thank you, Shuchi, for sharing. Okay, so we move now to our next healing statement. All right. So before I go there, before I go to the next healing statement, I was thinking that can we take a picture? How do I go to the gallery? Okay, gallery view. Yeah. So anybody who is ready to switch on the camera, can we take a picture for the socials? कि हाँ भाई हमने की थी 2026 predictions. All right. Okay, thank you everybody for opening. Thank you, Archana ji. Hi, Archana ji. How are you? Long time.
Yeah, hi, how are you?
All well.
I'm also okay. I'll speak to you personally. Lot has been going on in my life and I'll update you. Thank you so
Sure,
much.
sure,
Thank
sure.
you.
Hi, everybody. So great. So,
And Neha, today's my birthday.
Hi, happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So, a thumbs up, and thank you, everybody, for joining in. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Nitya. Thank you, Sheetal, Madhavi ji. Hi, Madhavi ji. Hi, Gunjan. Parizad. Hello. Hello, Vani. Okay. Hi, Aruna. So good to see you all. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll move to the next one. Hamara next healing statement, which is towards which is towards our nervous system, right? Because we are operated through our nervous system, our decisions, which we will need to make in the future as we step into 2026 into adult roles, we will need to make. So we'll go back to our hand again and place it on our chest this time. Chest means in the middle. Yeah, both our hands. And we will slightly, in fact, we'll use one hand. So we'll slightly tap it this time. Tap, tap, tap. And every tap we will visualize is going as a message to our entire nervous system from the chest. One deep breath. And say it out loud. I allow my body to tell my truth. I allow my body to tell my truth. I allow my body to tell my truth. You're allowed to tell your truth. As you continue to tap, I want to remind you that so many of us run away from our own truth because of the structure which we so far thought is holding us, is based on a truth which does not align with our body. And when we tell ourselves our truth, we may become fearful of that because that questions the very structure that we are a part of. And maybe 2026 is a year to show that courage, to know that there is their truth and there is my truth. And allowing myself my truth does not make me selfish. It does not make me a bad person. It does not demote me in life. It makes me the meest version, not the meanest version of me. So therefore, even though I haven't been allowed to so far, even though I have taken it on me to not allow me, but today I allow my body to tell my truth. One deep breath and release. One more deep breath. Release. And before you stop tapping, I just want to remind you that your truth and what others tell you is your truth can be different. There's no point defending what others say is your truth. If you are grounded in your truth, if you have accepted your truth, then it doesn't matter what anybody says. You know your truth. It could be that somebody may say that you are not efficient, whereas you know that you have done everything that you could, that was in your power. When you accept your truth, you also humanize yourself. You also put yourself at a balanced platform and not on a pedestal of being a good girl or a good boy, neither on a downward pedestal of being a bad girl or a bad boy. On being a balanced pedestal of being you, the meest you, not the meanest you. So before we go to the next one, how does this feel? I'm feeling very relaxed.
Can I, Neha?
Shuchi, is that
Yeah.
you?
Yes.
Sure, please go ahead.
Yeah. The time I started, tapping and saying this healing statement, it was about a puking feeling.
Mm.
I have to immediately, leave tapping and I wrote down this statement, and to, be friend with this statement first, then again coming back to tapping. Directly by tapping and, using this statement was actually creating a wonder in myself. And while you explained it, so while I was just doing it, it was like, some deep seated, truth was, coming out in a form of different medium. But while you explained me about, this truth, so I came to, the current situation. which I was unaware while I was doing the tapping and saying this statement. So then I could, correlate, but there is something I could feel. There is something seated, about my truth, which I really need to face.
Thank you for sharing that, Shuchi. When we feel like vomiting, or when we feel like puking, obviously, if there is any situation which needs the help of the doctor, one must take it. However, sometimes the release happens through these things, right? Puking and nausea and stuff, because something which we have held, which has been stuck inside us for so long, it needs to come out. It's like cleaning a pipe, right? So the first thing which comes out is the scum. It's the indigested part. It's the part which is probably creating internal troubles, and now it has to come out. So your truth has to come out. So also ask yourself that where are you suppressing your truth? You may have been thinking that this is my true self. However, it could be something totally different. It could be layered. It could be so far. And maybe all these years up till 2025, you have lived with this is my truth, or you've been told this is your truth. And you've made it your own, but maybe it was something totally different, and your truth had been digesting inside and had been creating that entire bile which now needs to come out.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Neha.
Okay. Atre is saying that very clarifying, gives the strength to show your true self rather than be someone the world wants to see you as. Absolutely. And which is exactly what 2026 is all about, to shine as who you are, to become the sun of your own solar system. Do you know, by the way, do you guys know? I mean, I'm just letting you all know that we all are solar system. We all are the sun of our own solar systems. So we all are operating solar systems, right? A little pivoting before I go to the next healing statement. By that, what I basically mean, and this is my view as a DNA astrologer, my wisdom as a DNA astrologer, we are the sun of our own solar system, which means of our own existence. We are the center. And all the other planets are orbiting around us, and each planet represents a particular relationship in our life. And actually, the easiest way to know what is our karmic hold is to know what is our relationship with that particular representative of the planet. So beginning with Mercury is our friends, it's our network, it is our early childhood, which is why inner child healing becomes very important, right? It is our communication skills. Are we able to, which is what we are doing right now. We are speaking healing statements. It's what we say, it's what we do not say. It's our throat related issues. It's our communication, social media, etc. So that's Mercury. Then is Venus. Venus is our relationships. It's our pleasure in relationship. It's actually not just relationship, because that network is that relationship could be seen from Mercury also, that our friends and all can also be seen from Mercury. But Venus is the pleasure that we get out of having these relationships. Whether you have a good or a bad relationship with Venus, you can check by if the relationships you have, are they giving you pleasure or are they giving you suffering? It's as simple as that. Then is Mercury, Venus, Earth. Earth to hum hai hamara hard mass. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. So Mars is our siblings. It is our friends as we grow up. It's that part of our relationship where we say that मुझे जरूरत है, और जो दो लोग खड़े होते हैं या जो एक इंसान खड़ा होता है वो मास होता है. Mars is also the masculine energy, the directional strength in our life. So if any of that is missing, if you don't have that, you know that there is a Mars karmic registry. Then when it comes to Mercury, Jupiter. So Jupiter are our gurus, they are our teachers, they are also the advices that we get from various people. If we are getting the right advice at the right time and we are following through it, that means our relationship with Jupiter is balanced. If we are such that even though we are getting advice, we are not able to make use of it, or we are not using it, or we are letting it go, we are egoistic about it, then we don't have a great relationship with Jupiter. Saturn is what everybody is afraid of. Sadhisati aa rahi hai, Ashtam Shani aa raha hai, Dhaiya aa rahi hai, and all of that. Saturn Mahadasha aa rahi hai. So Saturn is basically the outermost planet from as far as our eyes are concerned. Therefore, in our life also, these are the people who are not in our immediate environment, but these are imprints, these are people who restrict us from, even though they may be far. Those are the restrictions, those are the sadness, those are the structural restrictions that we feel in our life, that is Saturn. Saturn are also people who help us in our day-to-day life, such as our house help, such as janitors, such as those people who are basically not visible, but they make us do, they help us in various ways. They clean places, and basically people who we do not acknowledge in our day-to-day life. Right? So that is Saturn. And if like recently I had this particular person who said that no matter how much I pay, my maid does not stay. It keeps, I have this recurring issue with maids. That is a Saturn related karma. Okay. Or that when there is a lingering sadness in life, right? We don't know. It is not something that we can put a hand on. There is a extreme heaviness in chest constantly, no matter what we do. There is extreme sense of negativity that looks towards Saturn karma. Now, what is left? Rahu and Ketu. Rahu is that which is there, but is not visible to our eyes, like our ancestors. This is where if you have a Rahu karmic registry, there will be a Pitru dosh in the chart. There will be, when it is positive, there will be blessings from nowhere. There will be expansion from nowhere. When it is negative, there will be problems from nowhere. Ketu is also that which is visible, which exists but is not visible, but that is something which we have already experienced so far in life. So that is our ability or inability to let go of things. So if you hold on to things too long, you stay in your comfort zone too long, that means there is a Ketu concern. And if you don't, if you're ready to move ahead in life, if you're ready to say, okay, I've enjoyed this enough, isko maine pura bhog liya, mujhe aage badhna hai, that means you have a balanced relationship with Ketu in life. So sorry guys, a little pivoting. I hope it helped. Parizad is saying being our own authentic self, not be deterred by others' opinion. Yes, absolutely. That's what the healing statement, which we just did, was all about. And at this note, I'm reminding you the 2 offers that I made, which are here in the chat and also in the group, will be available with the bonuses only till the webinar lasts. Okay? Okay, so now we move to the next healing statement for 2026. Okay, so this one we will do for relationships, okay? Because that's another thing which helps us in, which keeps us entangled or safe, depending upon what's our experience of it. So we'll again take our right hand and we will put it on our heart and we will again caress our heart like this. Now, this is a healing statement which is based on, and if you have also felt it, you know it is meant for you, that oftentimes the relationships that we have had in past, and I'm speaking about partner relationship, romantic relationship, spousal relationship, but they haven't served us well. They weren't such relationships which could conclude to something beautiful. And maybe today the way we remember them is in not such a great way. But with this healing statement, we will remind ourselves that it began at a good note whenever it began. Even if it was our intention to make it good. So with this healing statement, we acknowledge that. So say it out loud. You know who you are speaking for and to. And say it out loud. We had to separate. That was our fate. I keep the relationship in my heart for all things beautiful it got to me. We had to separate. That was our fate. Or that was the fate of this relationship. I keep it in my heart for all the good that it brought to me. We had to separate. That was our fate. I keep this relationship in my heart for all the good that it got to me. And with this last one, I bow down to it. As I take the good from it and move ahead to make something beautiful out of it. I bow down to it and take what is good in it and move ahead in life to make something beautiful out of it. Take one deep breath. Move ahead. One more deep breath. Release. And this one is for all the times we judged our decision of being in a relationship in the past. Or we judged the person, or we judged the people who got us into that relationship. Because nothing in our life happens not out of love. There's a beauty, even if it may be small, but there is a beauty in everything. And today we tap on that beauty and we pick that beauty and that beauty alone as a blessing. And we put it in our heart and we move forward in life. So before I move to the tarot reading with which we will conclude this session, how did this make you feel?
Neha, I mean, the acknowledgement was good enough, and at the same point of time, the acknowledgement you changed into a gift, that I realized something out of it that actually gave a hope. To have a hope with the coming year, definitely it's a good sign.
Yes.
And I bow down to you. Thank you for making us hopeful. That is, I think, the best feeling anybody can cling on to, being hopeful.
Yes. Yeah, it's beautifully put. Thank you so much, Uti, for sharing this. Atrey is saying, took away my guilt of moving on from relations that did not work for me. Beautiful. I love that, Atrey. Because guilt is the thing which keeps us in the past. It keeps us stuck. And I'm so glad and so happy for you that this one statement could help you move ahead from that guilt. You can practice it. Everybody can practice it more going forward also. See, thank you, Atrey, for sharing. That's the beauty of this work, right? That it's not surface level. It is not forgiveness. It's not cutting cords. It's not like the sun. It is basically shining. It is basically all inclusive. It is basically not about judging. It's about saying that it matters. However, this is how I make it matter. By not depleting myself, I can self-emulate, just like the sun in 2026, and make something beautiful out of it, just as sun does every day. It makes agriculture possible. It makes weather possible. It makes earth and earthlings, which is us, possible. Out of whatever you give me, I will make something beautiful out of it. That's the message of 2026. And with that, I know it's been a little more time. We are सबके पास 5-10 मिनट और हैं, 10-15 मिनट और हैं.
Yes, Neha.
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect. Thank you so much. All right. So with that, I will come to the last section, which is the tarot energy for all of you who have joined in live. Okay. So 2026, thank you, Taroka. So we are picking this card for everybody who has joined us. What will be the collective 2026 energy for them? What they need to know was going to be the central theme. What's the one suggestion, advice that you need to give to them? And what's the one thing they need to be careful about? So this is the central theme. This is your suggestion, and this is what you need to be careful about. Okay, so what's the one theme? The theme is the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, now Hierophant is all about structures, it's all about guidance, it's all about advice. The theme is going to be that while you are creating your own identity in this year 2026, there could be a possibility where the memory of that, how there is a lack of structure, that how when you want to go for an advice and you don't get the right advice, and this is something which may have regularly happened with you, may become even more prominent, because this is it being reverse. It's asking you to again stand in your own identity, adult up, and know that maybe it may have happened in the past where you relied on somebody for an advice, where you thought that you must have that support system. It was almost like you looked at it as a sense of entitlement ki hona to chahiye, and it may not happen because the universe may try to tell you this time that it's your time to now grow up to become this particular Hierophant who is sitting on the throne, become this Hierophant. So far maybe you have relied on Hierophants, on advisors, on people outside to say my resolution, my solution, my decision is not with me, it's with that person knows better. With this card reverse, it shows that the central theme is that every theme will push you towards you making that decision for yourself, you being your own Hierophant, you being your own advisor. Okay, so now what will support you in that is that I have got the 10 of Swords. Okay, 10 of Swords means that there is a cycle which is ending. You have to accept defeat over there, right? There is no advice which can make you revive that cycle. Anyways, it's a good thing to happen because, we must stand up anew in 2026 with new resolutions, with new way of forward movement. And that's what the 10 of Swords is saying, because look at 10 of Swords in the horizon, there is sunlight. There's literally sunlight. So whatever this is, we have to stop crying about it. No crying about it. No saying that, oh, my childhood was such, my past was such, people have been wrong to me, etc. No amount of this will make you stand up. You have to accept and allow yourself to heal now from it, such that you can move forward and claim the sunlight in the background. Right? So that's what the card is saying as far as advice is concerned. And what you must be careful about is the Justice card. So the Justice card here says that what you must be careful about is looking at things actually from a very serious angle, from a very black and white angle, from an angle that, if I've been able to do this, I'm a good person. If I haven't been able to do this, I'm a bad person. Because the Justice card comes and reminds us that where you must be do justice to the world, you should also do justice to yourself. You should also do justice to your new world. These are new beginnings that you're getting into. Therefore, it's not like you will learn it in a day. You will learn it in 2 days. Give yourself time. Don't tell yourself, oh, I have worked so much. Why can't I do it? You can't do it. It's not because you are at the same place where you began, but you cannot do it because you have to practice doing it. And while doing that practice, there will be certain times, just as a child is learning to walk, there will be certain times where you may fall again also. But every other fall is not the same fall as the first one, because with every other fall, you are becoming more and more self-reliant, that Hierophant which can now rely on their own advice, their own decision making. So what this means for us is that, yes, maybe going forward, there is a decision that you make for yourself, and the fruits of it is not something that you can immediately see as positive. The repercussions may not be immediately positive, but do justice to yourself. Don't be unjust to yourself. And एक फरमान मत निकाल देना अपने लिए कि मैं तो हुई बुरा, मुझे तो decision making आती नहीं, I'm a fool, I'm a dumb person, whatever I learned, etc. Don't say that. Be just to yourself and say that, okay, I made a decision. It did not give me the fruits in the immediate future, but it was my decision. By doing this, I've learned to make a decision. And every other time, make those decisions. So in this entire year, you may have opportunities where you may have to make decisions. You may look out for guidance, and there will be such situations where you will have to rely on your own guidance. And with that, we have come to the end of the 2026 webinar. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. It was great speaking to you. It was great giving you all these healing statements and all the predictions. As I mentioned in the beginning, that yes, this will be utilized for social media in future. I'll cut reels and just put it out there whenever possible. And do share a feedback of this particular session on the group, on the 2026 webinar group, so that everybody knows that we did something beautiful today. So with that beauty in our heart, in our mind, blessings to everybody, to you. And who am I to bless but the universe, the Almighty, and your ancestors. And with their blessings, we bow down to them for this beautiful session as we move ahead in life in 2026. Namaskar. Radhe Radhe. Thank you, everybody, for joining in.
Thank you so much, Neha. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Neha, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.